in theory. But Father Abraham built these boats. Well, he worked on designs for a long time. He worked on the river for a long time, and he got some other engineer, paid some people to build this thing and all that, and they tested all this stuff, but it never got off the ground. And it never got off the ground because of all this junk costs money, and all this junk costs time, and by the time you put all this on the boat and all this, and a lot of times it didn't work because you know, something break and this and that and all that. It never did work. But Abraham Lincoln got a patent on this device to refloat boats that had gone aground. They'd gone aground on the rivers. And the whole idea, early on, they used to shake the boat and rock the boat and rock it off the sand barge. But the Chinese had figured out a way to do this a long time ago. And the way the Chinese did it, the Polynesian did it, the Hawaiians did it, Japanese, Koreans, and all these people, and probably down in India and all this, what they did. You got a catamaran, and you move it along like this, and one side runs aground. What do? You take the gear, maybe I can hold this thing together without falling apart. You take the gear out of this, off this pontoon, and put it on this pontoon. So what will that do? That will float this pontoon. This pontoon will float, and you can move it forward. Then what do? You take all the gear, or a lot of the gear, off this pontoon and put it in this pontoon. Now what happened? This floats, and now you can move this forward, and you can walk this off of the sand barge. In Lincoln's case, the ideal thing would be to carry a second. If I had this, what I would do is carry a second flotation up here. I would carry a second flotation up here. I would carry a second flotation up here. I would carry a second flotation up here. So what happened, if the thing run aground, I can take, and I have, you know, preset cargo. I could roll it off the main boat onto the second flotation, and this will refloat the boat. Then I can move this, then walk it. So the Chinese had used a walking momentum to move things, and that's what they did to refloat boats. They also has what we call an articulating barge, and you see these people moving a lot of logs and logging and all that. What they do is do something we call a train, one in front of the other. If this one gets stuck, we'll reload this one in the back, and they'll refloat this one and move it, and they articulate as they go down the river. They go around this way and they go up this way. This one gets stuck, we put the material in here, or we take the material here and readjust the weights and all this, so we can get this in the back, or we can get the side walking movement. So we can get the back movement, shift it up and back, and the same thing you could do with your boats. Now, Benjamin Franklin knew this because he studied catamarans, and he was aware that the catamaran, the Orientals were doing this kind of thing. So we want to talk about something else quick.